3, 4, 2, 1. Alright, looks like I solved the lock. I got it. The way to open this is based on the Mary and Wolf pictures. They show which room on which floor is important. And the flower that is in the background? Then you count those flowers in the room with wolf face. Good thing I tried putting that in. Alright. Anyway, that should have unlocked it. Well then, I don't really want to go forward with this, but I have to look inside this coffin. What the hell could be in here? This is a chopped up human body? So the blood coming out of the coffin was from this? Moreover, there's something else with this body. Is this a hacksaw? It's just like a blood-soaked sword, still thirsting for more. This means that this chopped up body was done recently with this saw. No, I don't feel so good. I don't think it'll be any good if I keep looking. More importantly, why the hell did someone do this? And the nail that was outside this coffin is the same one I found in the kitchen. What could that possibly mean? Anyway, I've got to tell everyone about this. Your time to catch the wolf, the 12 hours, has passed. The wolf trial will begin shortly. I'm already out of time. Whether Ritsu killed herself or not, the evidence doesn't point at anyone. But this chopped up body was no random act. Someone, somehow, planned all of this out. At least, that's what I think. This must be my gut feeling. This time at the wolf trial.
Well then, did you all find evidence that points to who the wolf is? Because this time, you're all going to have to figure it out together.
Let the 5th wolf trial begin. Wow, 5 wolf trials, huh? And only 6 of us. Compared to the start, there's so few of us left. Yeah, but it's more sad if we don't figure out who the wolf is this time. Yeah, it wasn't just the sheep who couldn't let their guard down either. But speaking of that, I thought we decided that Ritsu was the wolf this time. With these conditions, it's hard to think it could have been anything but suicide. Before we put forward theories, let's go over the conditions surrounding Ritsu's death first. Yesterday, from somewhere in the building, a large buzzer started ringing. Yeah, and it wasn't the same buzzer that signals the start of the wolf trial. We then all started to search for the cause somewhere in the building. Then, that was when I noticed I could hear the sound coming from the kitchen. I wasn't the first person to arrive though. It was you, wasn't it, Chie? Yes. I wanted to go in, but the entry door was locked. That was when I peeked through the door's window. Sitting with her back turned to us was Ritsu. I called out to her, but Ritsu didn't turn to me. Then Yukinari arrived, and then everyone else appeared. Yeah, it's thanks to Chie that we quickly noticed the smell of gas. Before the gas exploded, we all booked it out of there. Then we returned to the site. Ritsu's body was in pieces, and we found Ritsu's suicide note.
I am the wolf this time. And because I'm tiny, I won't be able to kill anyone. Since it is too awful to be executed, I will die by my own hand.
I never thought Ritsu would ever be someone to think about ending themselves. I would never in a million years think she'd do it. No, there's no way you can truly know what someone is thinking. That girl, she may have been strong-willed on the outside, but... Anyway, if she left that note, then there's no mistaking this was a suicide, right? Seems to be. No, that's not it. It's hard to think it could have been anything but suicide, but is that really the case? Let's point out that contradiction with my evidence. Please wait a second. The truth is, I'd like to show you all what I found in Ritsu's bag. What's all this? There's knives and even a hammer. A rope too? And even poison? Ritsu, why were you collecting these things? Weird. Huh? What do you mean weird, Ko? Well, if we think it had to have been suicide, then why didn't she use any of these? Moreover, there's obviously easier ways to off oneself. That's logical. Yeah, I agree. And if you look through this bag, Ritsu must have gathered these things herself in the event she ever became the wolf. That's what I think. What? I see. It did seem odd that girl would have been the one to end it all. In order to keep myself alive, I would have done everything to prepare as well. Hold on. Then how do you explain the suicide note? If she didn't off herself, why'd she write all that? It could be a forgery. A forgery? Yukinari, when you were looking through Ritsu's bag, did you find something like a diary? We could look at her handwriting. Anything like that? No. Unfortunately, there was nothing that Ritsu had written on left behind. I see. But it's now possible that Ritsu's suicide could have been faked. Well, why would... Perhaps this was all according to Ritsu's plan. Huh? Rentaro, what do you mean? For example, if you took her hat and put it on a bowl and made it look like she was sitting in a chair, then lured the sheep to the kitchen, but then drove them away with a gas explosion. But that strategy is easy to mess up. The "I've killed myself," a trick for us all. Ritsu did that? No, I don't think so. If Ritsu was still alive, then how do you explain that hand found at the crime scene? I don't think it's fake by any means. Oh, yeah, that hand does seem to be the real thing. Yeah, you're right. Whoopsies. I just thought it would be fun to imagine her alive. Rentaro, stop messing around. Think seriously. Nothing can top that hand found at the crime scene. There's no way Ritsu's alive. But Rentaro's theory just now, is it really outside the realm of possibility? Certainly they were in the kitchen with their back turned to us. I can't say for sure it was Ritsu. And that hand at the scene? Oh, I got it! What the? Yukinari, why are you yelling all of a sudden? Did you figure something out? Perhaps the hand we found in the kitchen? It might have something to do with this. Ah! What the hell? The coffin is bleeding! Yes, I found this in the morgue room just a while ago. The coffin was locked, and when I opened it, there was a chopped up body inside. So that's why there's blood coming out. I was sure it was a cursed object. But what does this mean? Looking at this body, although chopped up in a complete mess, isn't the right hand missing? Huh? Really? So this means, what if the hand we found in the kitchen was cut off from this body? Who the hell was this? This body? Most likely Aori. Huh? Aori? Look at those distinctive nails. Don't you see? Oh, yeah. I didn't notice all the blood. And those orange nails, those thin, delicate fingers. There's no doubt it's Aori's. And if we look at this hacksaw, there's no question it could cut someone up. So, the hand we found in the kitchen after the explosion was Aori's hand, huh? Seems to be the case. Then, doesn't that prove Ritsu's not dead? Afraid so. I knew it. A trick for us all. Maybe this room will have a gas boom as well. Don't scare us like that. Can I say something? Huh? What is it, Chie? If we are going with the theory that Ritsu is still alive, then there's something I'd like to talk about. I still don't think there's any way that Ritsu is alive. Huh? Why?